Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. So for today's viewer question, hello Cap, great videos, thank you very much. Possible suggestion, one I'm trying to get my head around. What do the Igla Comm units, and note they're also I think the Stinger Comm units, do to the Igla Manpads? I have seen quoted that they are data link / radio / lookout men. Others quote you can have them in different locations, an innocent looking guy in a village versus some guy with a tube. He's got a cell phone link within the forest 5 kilometers down the line. So does this mean that a comm unit attached to a manpad group, I guess it means in DCS, can make the manpad a lot more deadly? Unless you know the answer, of course. No, I don't. I mean, anecdotally, I've used these loads of times over the last few years and I've never got a single result for them. And to be honest, that's probably what we're going to find today, but we'll see. Official answer from Norm from Eagle Dynamics. It's used to link manpad units together. So if one unit picks up a target, all of them will know where it is. Sorry, no, it's there. I believe that all units need to be in the same group, though. It's not required, but in certain mission builds, it could be helpful. I hope this helps. And this is just from one of our smart guys in our group that's been testing it, when in the presence detection zone of a red search radar, not necessarily of the same group, and within the detection zone of the comms unit, the red manpad detected the blue aircraft right on the edge of its detection zone, whereas in the absence of the comms unit or the radar, it only detected it when the aircraft was well inside its detection zone. So that would suggest that the comm unit is a data link and is sending information to our manpad to say be ready for this aircraft, which makes sense, doesn't it? I have not yet tested if the manpad has to be within certain detection zone of the comms unit. It'll be in a short range radio, I imagine, about 5Ks, just a little bit less, 3Ks unit to get this benefit or not. I did note the manpad detection range was very slightly increased when the comms unit was there, but not the radar. Okay, so that's saying that they can that the data link, the comm unit, sorry, can link up to the red data link, the coalition data link. You know, EWR radars, Tunguskas, SA-11s, stuff like that, and then pass that information on to the manpads. I mean, that's awesome if that's the real, because, you know, it just is awesome. Whether that actually works in DCS, I'll be absolutely amazed from my experience, but we'll go and see. So we'll load up DCS now. Okay, so we've got the simplest test first. We've got 2 identical planes. We have a red flanker and blue flanker flying exactly the same into a lone manpad here. And this guy's flying into a group of a manpad and a comms unit just a few feet away from him, just to make sure in case there is a range deficit there. I've put them right next to each other. The reason I've swapped the coalitions around is so that there's no way that this guy can pick up comm signals from this comm data link unit here, just in case there was something that I didn't know about. Okay, so let's run that through. Let's see if that makes any difference. Flankers are flying at the same height, the same speed, same everything. Let's put the detection range up. Right, to see if either of the guys have spotted the target. So the comm guy hasn't, and the non-comm guy hasn't. Speed a little bit further. Check. The lone guy hasn't. The comm guy hasn't. A little bit further. Lone guy hasn't. Sorry, there's the comms guy has. Right, so the non-comms guy, the guy without the comms, has actually spotted it earlier and is probably going to fire earlier. Yep, he's fired earlier, so it's basically gone the wrong way round. The guy without the comm, it has been a lot better, and a comms guy might not even get yet. Finally got to fire. It's the kind of thing I was expecting to happen, to be honest. And I can keep repeating that, and what I found earlier today is this is just what you get every time. Okay, so let's see if we can bias it in our favour a little more, just to check that they're the same skill level. This guy here is excellent, and these two both here should be excellent, and this guy's excellent. By making them excellent, I've just taken as much randomisation out as I can. So that didn't work, and the comms guy didn't help. Okay, so let's go back to what Norm said. He said that it can link the manpads together so they can share info. So let's see if that works then. So this guy's now an excellent manpad, excellent manpad, and that's what I did was this. So I want this guy to be able to see this aeroplane, but not fire at him. So if I get him something like that there, and it's going to be 4 miles away. And if I put the comms unit, I've tried this with comms unit here, here. I've tried it with the comms unit everywhere, but just make sure they're all encompassing each other just to make doubly extrally sure. Okay, so let's watch that in play. There go. Just put that on, that on. So the first thing to prove is that our Manpad here can see the aeroplane, and you can see him. So he's now going to pass that data link. If this all works, he's going to pass that data link information via the comms unit to our guy here, and we should see that this guy gets to spot and see this and fire at this guy sooner. So let's see if he has. Oh no, it's the wrong guy. Sorry. Let me see. Oh, he has. Didn't do this last time. Let's just pause that then. So our guy here has seen him well before he's got into his own detection range. So it appears to be working. And this guy here, the lone wolf, hasn't seen him at all yet. So let's see what happens with firing. This guy should be firing pretty soon. And he has. And this guy here has fired a similar amount of time. But this guy was first and spotted him first. The key thing there, situational awareness. So we're going to rerun that just to make sure it does it again. So fly again. I should say I've got all these guys starting on auto state. I didn't want to bias it by putting them to red or green state. I just want them to be like a normal set of Manpads. Right, let's see if that works again. So check this guy is spotting the aeroplane. He is, so he's going to pass the information, via the scout to this guy here. Let's see if he can... No, he's not spotted him yet. So this guy hasn't spotted him yet. Let's see now. Yes, look, it does work. He's spotting him well out of his own detection range. Remember, that circle there is his detection range. Let's just pause there. So this guy here with the data link, seen him up there. This guy here has not seen him. So we should see red guy sees him every time, so fingers crossed he should fire. I expect there's a bit of randomization in there in terms of who fires first. But this guy definitely had the situational awareness. And yeah, he has fired quicker. So let's run it a third time. Let's like to rule out any coincidences and whatever. Just gonna go a bit quicker this time. Pew, pew. Check this guy's seen him. He has not. You gonna see him, mate? Yes, he has. Information being passed on. And let's check if this guy's now got the data. And he has. And this guy hasn't. And this guy's just seen him on himself. But he's lagging behind red. Red should still fire first. Red definitely had the advantage in time. No, yeah, they fired identically. But this guy definitely saw him several seconds before. So, it seems it's working at the moment. That this guy can see, this guy's the scout. He can't fire because he's too far away. But he can see the target, pass it through the data link to our guy here via radios, presumably. He just says, hello, there's a guy coming towards you. This direction, this altitude, this speed roughly, and whatnot. So why don't we expand on that, on what our guy Iron Wolf said, and see if we can link it in with radars. So let's quit. So Norm said that it only works with Manpads, passing information between each other. But what if this guy was actually a Saborka or something? If I went EWR, is this? I think a Saborka would be more, or sorry, whatever this thing is, a P19. Just an early warning that can help link to various units. Can this P19 here send it through the data link to the Manpad to get him better situational awareness? Right, so this guy's obviously working. Yeah, it's obviously picked that flanker up. Now let's see, when's this guy going to spot him? Not yet. Yep, you've seen him. Stop. So this guy's seen him well out of his own detection zone. Presumably because he's come up on this P19 radar. What about this guy here? Oh, this guy's seen him as well, though. They may have seen him at the same time, though, to be honest. Because I caught this guy just as he was turning. And this guy's obviously not picking up any data link. Hard to rule that one out. Who's going to fire first? Red fired slightly before. And the first thing we're proving here is that even if this does work, it's complete BS out. You know, it doesn't really help them at all anyway. I don't think. Equally useless. Let's try that all again. Same situation. Doubt anyone's seen them yet. Yep, sees him, and this guy, he doesn't see him. So it seems to be working in this example here. This guy's not going to spot him for a while, look. He's only spotted him now. So our red data linked guy saw him all the way out here. And our non-data linked guy only saw him, well, there basically. It does seem to help a bit. So in terms of kind of nominal performance like this, it helps with situational awareness and locking slightly. There's obviously a randomizer in there. Every time I play it through, we'll get slightly different results, even though the input parameters are identical. It's just, you know, it's fair, fine. That's just how it is, how games work. So in terms of what this is actually useful for, the only thing I can think it is actually, you know, much real point in doing this is if you have a manpad that you want it to hide, maybe. Hiding behind a bridge, hiding behind a building where he does not have line of sight to see the bad guy, but he knows he's there because of the data link. So if there was a house here which made our manpad completely invulnerable, or a tree or whatever, completely or nearly invulnerable, invisible to this plane here, but he still knows that this plane is here through the data link, then he's going to be able to shoot this plane as soon as he comes into line of sight. I think that's probably what it's all about, hiding them behind hangars and airfield towers and bridges, infrastructure, trees and stuff like that. It's the only real use if I can see what this is for. Otherwise, just a slight increase in performance. There's just one other test I'd like to run, and that is if we take the EWR away, just to make sure we've covered everything we can, put our guy here, within linkable range here, so see, can the comms spot as the spotter here? Because I imagine he might have, it's not just a data link, but he may have his own little radar, or, you know, his own detection system, visual or whatever. So let's see, have we got awareness yet? No. Okay, we've got awareness now. So we've got awareness well out of our zone. Has this guy got awareness? No. And I imagine we're going to fire quicker on the red as well. Okay, so you don't need a search radar. You don't even need another manpad. You can just have your comms guy, you know, further out, so that it can spot the incoming aircraft. And we fired slightly before. So again, what it means is a small increase in actual performance. So that works. So your next question probably is, well, how far can this guy be out, Cap? Can he be out here? Can he be out here? He probably can, but I mean, what does it matter? What does a spotter out there actually going to achieve? You know, I don't really see much point of having these guys really spread out. Okay, one final test, and then we're definitely finishing. I just want to go. If I put this manpad, if I put spotter manpad here, I wonder if this will work. If we put our guy down here, so he can't actually see anything. Can this manpad pass information over? It's an interesting little trial and error thing. Let's try that, shall we? Check this guy has eyes. He does. Let's check when this guy gets situational awareness. That's not going to work. Okay, he's got situational awareness now, just outside his zone. Has this guy got situational awareness? He hasn't. Where's this guy going to get it? Not for a while. So we've still got increased detection range. And this guy is finally going to get situational awareness about sometime now. Not for ages, look. Now. Okay, so that worked as well. Having a manpad. These are all in the same group, by the way. I suspect everything has to be in the same group. Personally. And that worked. So that guy got the information, passed it to the data link guy, which passed it to him. So I know I promised we wouldn't do this, but purely out of interest, what happens then if this guy, get rid of that, if this guy is a Saborka again, or whatever this is, you know, it's early range radar that's right down here. Let's say usually about 20 miles is Russian data link, so let's just put it there, 12 miles back. Can that pass information to the data link guy to pass on to our little Manpad chap? Where's the aeroplane? There it is. Doesn't look like it's going to work, does it? It looks like Storm in Norman was right. Yeah, no, it's got no extra awareness now, so that doesn't work. So in terms of radars, doesn't seem to work. Kind of as you could expect, really. It's a comm between Manpads, like Norm said. But those other examples, oh no, they did actually work with the early warning radar up there. Although what I expect that was, if you remember, it did work when we had the radar up there, something like that, and this guy was up here, kind of in between. However, I expect what it probably was that this aircraft, as it passed through this guy's, this comms visibility, it was probably actually the comms guy. So I suppose we have to rule that out now. So let's go that there. Well, let's make any difference at all, but let's just try it. How did we have it added? Something like... no, in fact, it wouldn't make any difference, would it? No, it might be. It may be this guy needs to be radio range of this guy here, because it may be short range radio. So if that's the case, let's try that. That's going to rule that out for sure. Let's put him right there. Put his radar there. Let's see if that works, and then we can get a final thing. Put this to bed. Probably doesn't work. I don't see why a radio should be able to talk to a Manpad, a comm station. Oh, stop. Maybe. This guy hasn't spotted him, look. Well, very possibly that did work. Why don't we go rerun it just to make sure? When are you going to get your awareness, sir? Could it be radar base? Stop. Not sure about that. This guy's got it as well, so it didn't help him there, not obviously. I don't think the radar works. We can do this all day and we can put results together, but Norm didn't mention anything about radars or other radar-based vehicles linking up with them. I think it is just a link between Manpads. It does appear to work. Either the comms guy can see it with his own detection circle, or another Manpad in the same group out there can see it with his detection circle. The only real use, like I said, is for hiding them behind buildings and stuff like that I can think of. If you think I've missed anything obvious, let me know. But I think that's as thorough as we need to go. Hope that was useful. See you later.